Okay, question, okay, one, okay, 60,000, 5,403, right? This kind of question must definitely get correct one, huh? So nothing much to explain for this, okay, this is just be able to get the answer. Question two, which digit is in the 10th place, right? The digit 6, okay? So all these are free marks. Which number is the smallest? I've seen people getting this question wrong. Okay, when you compare decimal, you compare the first number, right? Okay, and you see you eliminate, okay, which are small, which are big. Okay, so obviously 2 is big, so we eliminate it. So then we move on to the second number, right? 2, 1, 2 and 0, right? So 0 is the smallest. So option number 3. Okay, easy. Alright, okay, question 4. Which of the following shows 1/3 of the figure shaded? Now, this is a tricky question. It was meant to be a tricky question now, right? Okay, for 1/3 of the figure to be shaded, the shape must be the same. So you can see that the size of the image is not the same, so option 1 is out. Okay, option 2 got 4, so it's out. Okay, so you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 out of 9 is 1/3. So option is number 4. Okay. Okay, which two lines are perpendicular to each other? This one you need to take your ruler, right? Okay, and then you place your ruler. Okay, imagine I draw a ruler. Okay, and you're supposed to place your ruler at the intersections of the line to find out which one is indeed right angle. Okay, because you can see if I tilt this slightly, right, like this, then this would be perpendicular. Okay, sort of vision, like that. Okay, so FG to BC, right? So option is number 4, FG to BC. Okay, now arrange these fractions from the largest to smallest. Okay, is also not difficult. Right, 9 out of 8, 5 out of 4, 1 whole 1 out of 9. Okay, so you need to take hints, right, from 1 whole 1 out of 9. This is 1 whole 1 out of 8, 1 whole 1 quarter, 1 whole 1 out of 9. Okay, so they are all 1 whole, so the 1 whole doesn't matter. So it's comparing 1 quarter, 1/4, and 1/9. And the bigger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. So option number 2. Okay. Okay, question 7. Okay, which one is the radius? Which one is the diameter? Diameter is AE or CF, right? Because it passes through the center. Okay, so this one is either this one is the diameter or this one is the diameter. Okay, so diameter is AE. Okay, this is the option. Diameter is CF. CF is this option, right? So the other two is off already. Okay, then we have BD. BD as a radius is wrong. So option number 4. Okay. Okay, this one, right? Primary 4 question. Plan of a park is shown. Mandy is in the park, stands at the location southeast of the statue. Okay, naughty elephant spray water, right? Southeast is in this direction. So southeast of the statue is in this direction. Okay, like this. And west of a bench. Okay, well, there's 2 bench though, right? West of the bench is in this direction. So that means it's either here or here. Okay, so the only answer can be this. Okay, in what direction is the shelter from Mandy? Okay, so Mandy is standing down here. The shelter is in the southwest of Mandy. Okay, so answer number 4. Right, this one quite tricky. This question is quite tricky. Okay, question 9. Right, file costs $3 more than. Okay, a file costs $3 more than a pen. The total cost of 5 files is $Y. Find the cost of a pen. Okay, so okay, file $3 more than a pen. Right? The cost of 5 such files is $Y. So 5 files is y dollar. So 1 foul would be y divided by 5. Okay, so that means this amount okay, is y divided by 5. But to find the cost of the pen, we need to minus off the $3. So y minus 5 minus y over 5 minus 3, option number 3. Right? Okay. Okay, question 10. ABC is a straight line, BDA equals to CDB. BDA, so BDA, this angle is equals to CDB, this angle. So this, they are telling us that these two angles are the same, right? Now we learned that sum of angles in triangle is 180 degree. Okay, so this is 180 degrees, so this one's very simple. 180 minus 108, 72. Then 72 divided by 2, 36 degrees. That's all. Okay, oh, they want ABD. Oops. Okay, so this is 36 degree. Then to find this angle, we just have to find 180 minus 40 minus 36. 104. Right? Option number 2. Okay, question 11. Right? So how do we do this type of question? From half to 1.5. This is plus 1. Right? So usually what we'll do is to look for where the plus 1 is. And then how many steps it takes to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means each is plus 1 out of 6. Okay, each of the step is plus 1 out of 6. Okay, so then we can change this into 3 out of 6, right? Okay, so that means this will be 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 6, which is 1 whole, 1 6. Option number 3. All right.
Okay, let's take a look at this question. Bala used 44 tags to pin his drawings side by side as shown. Okay, how many drawings did he pin together? So observe the question, right? The first picture needs 4 tags to pin up. But the thing is, this 2 tags over here is being used for the second picture. When we put another 4 tags, okay, on the second picture, this 2 is a reuse, right? This is reuse, okay? So that means that every picture actually only needed 2 tags, right? Because this one over here will be reused for the third picture, but it's actually used to hold up the second picture as well. So this is also reused. So every picture will have 2 that is being reused and 2 that is being used to hold up the picture itself. All right, and this will go on to the fourth picture, the fifth picture, right, and so on until all the tags are being used, including up to the last picture. Okay, the last picture uses this 2 tag to hold up, but the other 2 down here is still a reuse. All right, so you notice that throughout the whole question, only these 2 tags are not reused. Okay, so we can just take 44 minus 2 equals to 42. Okay, so that means all the pictures down here, after removing, all uses 2 tags to hold it up. So 42 divided by 2 equals to 21. Answer.
Okay. Question 13. ABCD is a trapezium with AB parallel to DC. So AB is parallel to DC. And AB equals to BC equals to BD. Wow, so many equal. So AB equals to BC equals to BD. Okay, so then that means that this is isosceles, so this must be 62 degree. Okay, and then we know that since the lines are parallel, so the angle in between the parallel line will add up to 180. So this angle will be 180 minus 62 minus 62, which is 56. So this is 56 degrees. Okay, which will means that this is also isosceles. Okay, this is also isosceles. So this angle will also be 56. So then find DBC, right? Okay, is 180 minus 56 minus 56. Okay, 112, so 68. Oh, option number 1. Okay. Okay, 14. Tim had 13 more $2 notes than $5 notes at first. He exchanged $20 worth of $5 notes for $2 notes. How many more $2 notes than $5 notes did Tim have after the exchange? Okay, so $2 note, $5 notes. The $2 notes, we don't know how many we have, but we have 13 more. Okay, 13 more $5 notes, more than $5 notes. Okay, now if we exchange $20 worth of $5 notes, right? How many $5 notes is equals to $20? Okay, that is 4. 4 $5 note is $20, correct? But $20 can exchange for how many $2 notes? Okay, the answer is we can exchange for 10, right? So here we need to understand that the number of $5 notes is going to minus 5. Okay, this 5 is going to be gone. But the number of $2 notes sorry, not 5, 4. Sorry, minus 4. Okay, is going to minus 4. Okay, but the number of $10 notes, $2 notes is going to increase by 10. So the total difference right now, right, is going to be this amount. Okay, which is 4 plus 13 plus 10, which is 27. Okay, right. Any questions? Let me know. Okay, question 15. Okay, a box contained brown and green balls. 40% of the balls were green. After some yellow balls were added to the box, 26% of the balls were green. What percentage of the balls in the box were yellow? So this one very sad, right? Cause the green and the brown, nothing happened to them, but suddenly they become lesser. So how do I understand this question? Okay, so green, brown. At first only had these two color. 40% were green, so means 60% must be brown, cause total must be 100%. Okay, I can simplify this ratio into 2:3, right? So 2 units of green, 3 units of brown. That's it. Okay, now what happened? We added in another color called yellow. Alright, okay, some yellow were added in. So this is this is before, right? Change, yellow plus, but here no change, here no change. Okay, suddenly 26% of the balls were green. So after, here become 26%. Okay, so what happens to the yellow then? Okay, what percentage of the balls in the box were yellow? Okay, so if you look at it in such a way, right, is that these 2 units must be equivalent to 26%, right? So we can do a side working. If 2 units is equals to 26%, 1 unit is equals to 13%, then 3 units is equals to 39%, which means that the brown now became 39%. So now this is 65%, which means that the yellow must now be 35%. So answer number 3. Okay. Okay, booklet B. Okay, question 16, I don't want to go through lah. Question 17, I don't want to go through. Okay. Too easy already. Okay. 18. Find the value of 7 divided by 8. Now this sort of question, is very easy also one. Okay, to express it as a, okay, so you need to understand divide, right? 7 divided by 8 has two meaning. You can express it as 7 out of 8 as a fraction, also can. Or you can do long division on it, also can. Okay, so if you remember your numbers well enough, you'll know that to convert 8 into 1,000, I need to multiply by 125. Okay, so that will give me 875 over 1,000. And if I were to write this as a decimal, it means that there will be 3 decimal places. Because 30 will means 3 decimal places. Then we just have 3 numbers, 875. So 0.875. That is one way. Okay. Now the other way is just to do long division on it. 0 minus 0. Okay. 7 decimal point, decimal point. 0 bring down, right? 8864 minus 6 bring down 0, 7, 7856. Okay, 4 bring down another 0, 5, 0.875. Okay, leave your answer as a decimal. Now take note that some of these questions, right, they will ask you to round off to 2 decimal place, 3 decimal place. Okay, so make sure you all read the question. Don't just get answer really straight away right now answer. Okay, must read the question. Okay, 19. Name the squares with a line of symmetry, right? So this one has a line of symmetry over here, right? Okay, this one don't really have, P don't have a line of symmetry. This one has a line of symmetry down here. So Q and R. Okay, 20, also super easy, but again, a lot of people make mistake on this kind of question. Okay, now what is the cost of each stickers in cents? What is $15? $15 is 1,500 cents. Okay, so 20 stickers is equals to 1,500 cents. No calculator one, need to know how to do division. One sticker will be 1,500 divided by 20. 0 take away, 150 divided by 2, 75 cents. Okay. Okay, 21, okay. Also super easy lah, huh? Okay. 2/3 plus 1/5, okay, I'll just go through quickly lah, right? Okay, add fraction, make denominator the same. Over 15, 10 out of 15, plus 3 out of 15. Equals to 13 out of 15, that's all. Okay, now express 1.14 as a mixed number. 1.14, see, 2 decimal place. So 1 whole is just a whole number. 2 decimal place means that it will be out of 100. So 14 out of 100, divide by 2, 7 out of 50. Answer. Okay. Okay, question 22, this one I'm not going to go through, this one is super easy, you all should know. Okay, 23, find the area of the shaded triangle. Okay, shaded triangle is here, 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 right? So area of the shaded triangle, base times, identify the base, identify the height. This is the base, this is the height, right? So area equals to half times 18 times 15. Okay, equals to 135 centimeter squared. Okay, wait. No calculator. So no calculator, how to do? Half times 18 is what? 9. So 9 times 15. Okay, then you can do your working for 15 times 9. 5, 9, 45, bring over 4. Okay, 9, 1, 9, 9 plus 4, 13. So 135. Okay, centimeter squared. Okay. Okay, question 24 is like a science question, huh? Okay, this one I think you all should be okay with 24 lah, huh? 21 I will skip. Okay, I'll go through 25. Now 25, I think this kind of question you all have a lot of problem with. Okay, this is actually a fraction problem. Huh? Mrs. Tan had a bottle of oil. She used an equal amount of oil each day. at the end of the 4th day, she had 880 milliliters of oil left. At the end of the 6th day, she had half the bottle of oil left. Okay, how many liters of oil were there in the bottle at first? Now, the key to solving this question lies here. Okay, and here. If I use equal amount every day, but at the end of the 6th day, I have half the bottle left, would means what? Okay, 6 days, I use half the bottle, right? This is the conclusion that you need to make, okay? Which means that one bottle can last us 12 days, okay? Which would reverse means that one day will use 1/12 of the bottle, okay? Now, so that means that we have 12 units in total. The bottle have 12 units. Okay. At the end of the 4th day, we must have used 4 units. And then we are left with 880 ml, which means that this must be 8 units. So 8 units equals to 880 ml. 1 unit is equals to divide by 8, 110 ml. Okay, how many liters of oil were there at first? 4 units. So 110 times 4. Sorry, what am I doing? 12 units. Okay, 12 units. 110 times 12. Okay, so 110 times 12, right? 220, 1100. Okay, so I get 1320. Okay. Okay. Okay, 26. Okay, find the breadth of the rectangle. Okay, this is the length. This is the breadth. Right? Okay, and then what do we see down here? Is that 5x plus 15, okay, is the length, but the length is also 50. But this is a rectangle. The length must be the same. So that means 5x plus 15 must be equals to 50. Okay, so how to solve such questions? Actually, you all know how to solve this kind of question one, right? Okay, in primary school, sorry, not primary school, primary 2, you all learn blank plus 50 equals to 50. What is the blank, right? What would you all do? Okay, you'll say, oh, minus away, right, the 15, which is what we are going to do. We are going to take away this 15. Okay, so when we say take away this 15, means that the 50 must also minus the same 15. Okay, so when we minus away the 15, this will be gone, right? Because we took that away already. So we are just left with 5x on the left. Okay, now on the right, 50 minus 15, that is equals to 35. So if 5x is equals to 35, then x must be equals to 7. Okay, but don't just get 7 and then happily write down the answer. They want the breadth. The breadth is 4x minus 6. 4x meaning 4 times 7. Okay, so 4x minus 6 means 4 times 7 minus 6. So it's 28 minus 6. So 22 cm. Right? Okay. Okay, 27, right? This is the front view. Draw the side view of the on the grid. Okay, so side view contains this, 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 and this. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so use a ruler, huh? Okay, make sure you use ruler, use pencil, okay, and draw a nicer shape. All right. Now, B is a challenging question. Okay, find the greatest number of unit cubes Asha can add to the solid without changing the front view and the side view. Okay, so if you consider the front, I don't want to change either of the side view or the front view. How can I add cubes so that to achieve this result? Okay, now you'll notice that I cannot add any cube down here, right? I cannot add any cube down here because that will affect it won't affect my front view, but it will affect my side view. All right, so this is, okay, cannot add here. But what if we add down here, this space? Okay, can we add a cube over here? Right? Okay, let you think a bit. Huh? Can I add a cube down here? The answer is, okay, answer will be yes. Correct. So if I add a cube down here, the front and the side view wouldn't be affected. Okay, that's good. Now, then you notice that down here, there is some space that I can put cubes as well behind the front and behind the side. Okay, now that place I can put 4 cubes at the first layer. Okay, I can put 4 cubes at the first layer. Okay, and my total view, my side view and my front view is not affected at all. Okay, now then behind this 2 cube, I can add 1 cube and 1 cube down here as well. That will not affect the front view and the side view as well. So total how many? Right, we have 1 down here, 1, 4 down here, okay, and 2 over here, right? So total 1 plus 4 plus 2, 7. Answer. Okay. Okay, I'll skip 28. Okay, I'll do 29. Right. Susan has a box of blue beads and red beads in the ratio of 7:13. She removed an equal number of blue and red from the box. The ratio of blue and red left in the box became 1:3. Okay, then they ask what percentage of the beads were left in the box. Okay, so this is a mix of a few concepts. All right, okay, we have ratio, we have percentage, and then we have one main concept called difference unchanged. Okay, now where did the difference unchanged come from? Comes from the remove equal number of blue and red. Okay, so now I'm going to do tic-tac-toe. All right, before, change, after. Okay, blue, red. Okay, so blue and red is in the ratio of 7:13. Remove equal, so minus, minus. All right, the ratio now become 1:3. Okay, now the change always tells us the concept. Okay, so minus minus means difference is unchanged. So difference here is 6, here is 2. Okay, so by now you should know what to do, right? Okay, the difference unchanged means the difference must be the same, but the difference is not the same at the moment. So what do you need to do? Change it, right? Change it to 6 times 3, so this is 9, times 3, so this is 3. Okay, then you realize that, oh, what is the change then? From 7 to 3, we minus 4. From 13 to 9, we minus 4. Do you see? Right? Okay, So that means our ratio must be correct already. Okay. Now, but then the question asks, what percentage of the bits were left in the box? Okay. So after the word percentage of, the bits must be my denominator. The left must be my numerator. Okay. So my left is 3 plus 9. My total is 7 plus 13. So 3 plus 9 is 12. 7 plus 13 is 20. So 12 out of 20 changed into percentage. So multiplied by 100. Okay, divide 5, 1. 12 times 5, 60% answer. Okay. Okay, question 30, one of the hard question as well. Okay, area and perimeter. In figure 1, the total perimeter of 4 rectangle R and square S is 144. Okay, they are joined to form a large square which has a perimeter of 56. Now, what is perimeter? Perimeter means the outline. Okay, so here is 144, here is 56. Let's find out why, right? The perimeter of R is made up of here the length, the breadth, the length, the breadth, and we have 4 of this, right? 4 of this rectangle, and then this one is the square has 4 sides as well. All this added up to 144. But if you look at the perimeter of figure 2, is made up of what? Length, breadth, length, breadth, length, breadth, length, breadth. Okay, so a perimeter of 56 is actually made up of what? 4 times of the length plus the breadth. That is equals to 56 centimeter. Okay, now if I were to divide by 4, I would know that a length plus a breadth must be 56 divided by 4, which is 14 cm. Okay, which means that if I look at figure 1, it means that this part is 14. Here is another 14. So the perimeter of 1R is actually 14 plus 14, 28 cm. Okay, so 4 rectangles would be 112 cm, right? And they say that the total perimeter, right? Reread the question. Total perimeter is 144. But the 4 rectangle R, I have already found them to be 112 already. So that means that the perimeter of the square is equals to 144 minus 112 equals to 32 cm. Then 32 divided by 4. So one side is 8 cm, right? Okay. Oh, a lot of steps to take for this question. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Paper 2. Okay, right, question 1, I think I want to skip question 1, nothing very difficult. Okay, question 2, okay, it's quite, okay, not say very difficult, huh? Okay, but I need to think a little bit. Okay, cupcakes are sold in boxes of 6, 12, or 24. So you cannot buy 5, you cannot buy 11, or you cannot buy 10, right? You can only buy 6, 12, or 24. Now, Sam buys 24 cupcakes. What is the least number of box that Sam buys? Okay, so notice something, okay, for this question, right, is that 6, 12, and 24 are all multiples of 6. Okay, so I try a little bit. I say, can I take 90 divided by 6 or not? I realize, hey, can. 90 divided by 6 is, this is paper 2, right? So I can actually just use calculator. So that means that will be 15 boxes. Okay, so Sam buy 90 cupcakes. He can choose to buy 15 boxes of 6. Okay, that will be 90 cupcakes. Okay, now, but that's not what we want, right? We want the least number of box that Sam buys. Okay, so let's see. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, so imagine that right now I have this. There are all 15 boxes of 6, but I can group them up, correct? Okay, I can do this and say that, oh, this will be one box of 24, right? Because these are all 6. Okay, same thing. This can be one box of 20, 2 box of 24, 3 box of 24. Then we are stuck down here. Why? Okay, because we are only left to group in groups of 6 or group of 12. So I can do this. One group. Okay, so then how many boxes did I really buy? 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4, 5. There will be 5 boxes. Okay, so now I think, can I make this a little bit more efficient? Right? Okay, did I do anything wrong? Yeah, let me 1, 2, 72, 18. Yeah, okay, correct, right? Okay, so now let's try to see whether we can make this a little bit more efficient. Now, at best, now we use 5 box. Okay, now let's see whether we can do it in 4 boxes or not. Can we? Let's try. Okay, so same thing, we can try 1 box first, 2 box first. Okay, then if you try box of 2, that doesn't work, right? Box of 2, okay, that will be more box, also cannot. Okay, so then since that's the case, then this will be our best combination already lah, 5 box. Okay, right? Okay, next. Okay, question 3. This is also one of the hard question, okay, in 2021. Okay, a shelf can be packed from end to end with 30 large books or 45 small books. Okay, Kelvin already packed the shelf with 3 large and 23 small. At most, how many more large books can Kelvin pack the shelf with? Okay, so what do we need to understand down here is that 30 large books is equal to 45 small. Exactly the same, right? They are exactly the same. Okay, now but 30 large and 45 small, they are very big numbers. Okay, so you realize that 30 and 45 definitely, you must realize, definitely can divide by 5. Okay, but actually you can divide bigger. You can actually divide by 15. All right, so if I divide by 15 down here, I'll realize that 2 large is actually equals to 3 small. Okay, now But Kevin, sorry, okay, he only packed the shelf with 3 large and 23 small. Okay, now then we need to go until we can't really compare 3 large and 2 large, correct? So I'm going to do a little bit, okay, further. I'm going to find out what is 1 large. Okay, 1 large is actually equals to 1.5 small. Now I know we cannot have 1.5 book lah, huh? So we just understand this as 1.5 small first. Okay, so 1 large is equals to 1.5 small. Huh? Okay, so at most, how many more large books can Kelvin pack the shelf with? Okay, so Kelvin want to pack more large books inside it. So we want to find out what is the space that this one has already used. Okay, so 3 large is equals to 4.5 small. All right, so 23 plus 4.5 is equals to 27.5. Okay, small. Okay, now we could have only put in 45 small. Now we are packed with 27.5 small. So at most, okay, 45 minus 27.5 is equals to 17.5. Okay, we can put in 17.5 small only. Okay, but we want large, so we want to find out. Okay, 17.5 small is worth how many large? So we divide back. Okay, divide by 1.5. Okay, we can't really divide, I think. Yeah, let me key my calculator. 17.5 divided by 1.5, right, is 11.666. Huh? Which means that we can only pack in 11. Okay, because we can't put 11.6 big books. Huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, question 4. Question 4 shouldn't be too hard. Students only played one sport, basketball, football, or handball. 1/3 of them played football. The number who played handball was half of the number of students who played basketball. Okay, the bar graph represents the total number who play each sport. Okay, so this one is that's your English, huh? Okay, 1/3 of them. The them refers to who? Refers to the students. Okay, so students are meaning that the students have a total of 3 units. Okay, 1/3 of them played football. Okay, so that means we are left with 2 units. These 2 units are the students who play handball. 1 play handball, 2 plays basketball, right? So that means this is further cut down into 3 units, where this one play handball, this one play basketball. Okay, now what should I do down here? Okay, we're not given any number. Okay, we are not given any number, so we need to understand that this 3 units over here is exactly the same as these 2 units down here, right? Just cut differently. So in order to, what should we do? We should make them the same. So this must be 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. So they represents the same number of units, which means that this must also be 3 lah. Okay, so that means from the looks of it, this one must be the smallest. This football is medium, and basketball is the largest. So that means, okay, we got our order already lah. This is handball, this is football, and this is basketball. Okay, or did you say H, F, and B only? Sorry. Oh, so H, F, and B. What fraction of the students played handball? 2 out of a total of 9. That's all. Okay. Okay, this one is a rate question. Graph shows the total number of card machines A and B printed from the start. Both machines started printing at the same time. Okay, how many more cards did B print than A in 5 minutes? So in 5 minutes, A printed 40 cards. In 5 minutes, okay, how many cards did B print? Wow, this one looks very scary, because we don't know what is the number in between. Okay, never mind. Because this is a straight line up like this, we call this a constant rate. So we can calculate actually B, 2 minutes printed 30 cards. Okay, so that means 1 minute printed 30 divided by 2, 15. So 5 minutes will be 15 times 5, 75. So how many more in 5 minutes? A, 75 minus 40, 35. Okay. Now, both machines did not change throughout. When A has printed 200 cards, how many cards has B printed? So easy. 200 cards is 25 minutes. Okay, so in 25 minutes, B would have printed. Now B, remember 1 minute is 15, right? So 25 minutes would just be 25 times 15. Okay, which is equals to 375, I think. Yeah, 375. Okay. Oh, this is 25, so 25 is linked down here. Okay. Okay, question 6 is nothing much. I won't want to go through. Question 7, angles, you are good with it. I don't want to go through. Okay, let's go through question 8, right? Percentage. Okay. Now, there's a sales. Buy first fan at 55% discount. Buy second fan at 70% discount. Xingyi bought 2 fans of the same model at a sale. She paid 127.5 for them. What was the price of a fan before discount? Okay. Now, first fan, we get 55% discount, so we paid 45%. Second fan, at 70% discount means we paid 30%. So overall, how much did we pay? 45 plus 30 is 75%. Okay, so 75% is equals to 127.5, right? So we want to find 1% first. So 1% we'll just divide by 75. 127.5 divided by 75. Got calculator, so just key calculator. 127.5 divided by 75 is 1.7. So 100% would be $170. Okay. Nick also bought 2 such fans at the price before discount. How much more did Nick pay than Xingyi? So Nick very sad lah, right? He buy 2 fan means he paid 200%. Okay, so 200% minus Xingyi only paid 75%. So Nick paid 125% more. But 1% is still $1.70. So 125% is 1.7 times 125, right? So 212.5. Okay, remember money must have 2 decimal place. Okay, that is all. Part B. Okay, let's look at question 9. Okay, hold on, let me charge my tablet. Going out of battery. Okay, question 9. The bar graph shows the number of files sold from January to March. The number of files sold is not shown on the scale, right? They love this kind of question. Huh? Give you bar graph, but they don't tell you the number. Want you to figure out yourself. Okay? What was the percentage decrease in the number of files sold from January to February? Wow, how would I know? Wait, is there something wrong with the question? Yeah. Okay, wait, I think there's something wrong with this question. Okay, I mean, not something wrong with this question, huh? Okay, but something wrong with the scanning, huh? There should be more units down here one. Okay, there should be more lines down here one, but I think it's being blurred out. Okay, otherwise I don't think we can do this question. Okay, I'm gonna skip this question. Okay, question 10. Alan, Ben, and Chandra shared the cost of a gift. This kind of question very standard. You all must know. Huh? When they share the cost of the gift, right? The first thing that you all need to know is the gift price will remain the same. Okay. Now, what does that lead to? Means that the total paid is the same. Huh? Very standard. This kind of question. Okay. So the ratio of Alan's share to the total of Ben and Chandra was 1:3. So Alan is to Ben plus Chandra is 1:3. But that means that total they paid 4 units for the present. Huh? Now, second line, the ratio of Ben to Alan and Chandra is 1:5. So Ben is to Alan plus Chandra is 1:5. Total 6. But the amount that they spend must be on the present. The present must be the same price. So we need to make the total the same amount of units. Okay? So 4 and 6 common multiple 12 times 3 times 2. So this one times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So 3, 9, 2, 10, total 12. Okay, so from here we can draw additional information. Okay, over here we can see that means Alan paid 3 unit, Ben paid 2 unit. How I know? Because Alan here is 3 ma, because Ben here is 2 ma. Then the total is 12 units, right? Which means that Chandra must pay the rest. Chandra must pay 7 because the total must be 12. Okay, now they give us the number. Chandra's share was $80 more than Ben. So Chandra compared to Ben. 7 minus 2, 5 units. 5 units is $80. 1 unit is $16. How much did the gift cost? 12 units. 16 times 12. 192. Answer. Okay. Question 11. The number of boys and girls taking part in a quiz are in the ratio of 7:4. Okay, so 7 units of boys, 4 units of girls. These students are put into 2 groups. 30% of the boys and 60% of the girls are in group P, the rest are in group Q. What is the ratio of the students in group P to group Q? Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, right? So here are what do we need to understand. Boys is to girls. 7:4. Okay. Now 30% of the boys would means 30% of boys means 30% of 7 units. Okay. Now if you key your calculator, right? What is 30% of 7? 30 over 100 multiplied by 7. That is equals to 2.1 units. That's all. Okay? And what? 60% of the girls. Okay? So 60% of girls is the same thing, same working, 60 over 100, but this time round times 4. That is equals to 2.4 units. So group P, all these are in group P. Okay, so that means P would have 2.1 plus 2.4, which is 4.5 units. Then Q must take the remainder. Okay, total here is 11. So 4.5 goes to P, then Q must take the remaining 6.5. Okay, so 4.5 is to 6.5 times 2, 9 is to 13. So one quick trick, right, of getting the simplest form in your calculator. If you are given a calculator, right, you can just key into your calculator, fraction symbol, okay, then you key 4.5 over 6.5, right? If you key this into your calculator will straight away show you the fraction as well. Okay. B. The number of boys in P is fewer than 70. What is the largest possible total number of students taking part in the quiz? Okay, so boys have 2.1 units, right? Boys in P. Boys in P is 2.1 units. Now, but 2.1 units, right? Our 1 unit cannot be decimal, because we cannot have 0.5 boys or 0.7 boys. What would that mean? You cut the boy into half, right? Okay, not possible, correct? So that means what is the highest multiple that I can have, right, for 2.1 units? If you try and do 2.1 unit equals to 70, your 1 unit of boys will be in decimal. Okay, don't believe? Let's try. Okay, so you see, if I take 70 divided by 2.1, I'll get 33.3333 boys. That's not possible, okay? Our 1 unit must be a whole number. So what is the highest number that can divide by 2.1? Okay, so we try multiple of 21. 21 times 2 is 42. 21 times 3 is 63. This is the highest I can go without any decimal values. Okay, so that means okay, this question is hard, because you need to realize that your 2.1 unit can largest max must be equals to 63 students. Okay, what is the largest total possible number of students taking the quiz? So 1 unit is 63 divided by 2.1, which is 30. Okay, so 11 units will be 30 times 11, 330. Okay. Okay. They say 2021 is the hardest lah. Okay. Now this question is also very hard. Okay. I think personally, I think this question is very hard. Okay. But this question always appear for PSLE. You can see this question, right? Okay. If you realize it's also a scanning problem because the supposed to have shaded and unshaded, but this question I remember. The shaded part is over here. Right, this is the shaded part. Okay. Okay, So a straight line is drawn, divides the figure into two parts, shaded and unshaded. They never say two equal parts, right? It's two parts only. You need to know that they are not equal. Okay? Now, the perimeter of the shaded part is 4 cm longer than the perimeter of the unshaded part. Okay? What is the length of AB? So if you look at perimeter, what defines perimeter? The outline. So if you look at the unshaded one, let's trace the outline once first. The outline is made up of this part, and this part. Okay? Now, then the outline of the shaded part is where? I use a different color. Is here, like this. Okay, this is the perimeter of the shaded part. Okay, so now the question is, what is the difference? Okay, now I'm going to go back down here and see this. This part AB is actually equals to here plus here plus here. Okay, right? And then this 2 cm, 4 cm, and 8 cm is actually equivalent to here, here, and here. Okay? And then the slanted line down here is a common point. So it doesn't really affect the perimeter. Okay? Right? So that means that the 4 cm must be here. This part, sorry, change color. 4 cm must be here and here. That is the difference in their parameter. Okay, let's call this EF lah. Okay, GH. Okay, the difference in the parameter is actually the EF plus the GH, but they are actually the same, and they are 4 cm. So that means EF is actually equals to 2 cm. Now, the whole length of the line is 7 plus 3 plus 3. So that's 13. So 13 minus 2 equals to 11. Okay, so therefore AB is equals to 11 cm. Okay, now then B, they ask what is the area of the shaded part. Now this one not. Okay, B, after you figure out that AB is equals to 11, this question become very simple already. So then you just take area of the three rectangles. Okay, will be equals to, the first one will be a 2 times 3, right? 2 times 3 plus 4 times 6 plus 8 times 13, which will give me 2 times 3, 4 times 6, 8 times 13, 134. Okay, the area of triangle will be half times base times height, 14 times 13, that is equals to 91. So wait, let me just, okay, so the area of the three rectangle is the total, the 91 is the unshaded, so the shaded will be 134 minus 91, 43 centimeter square, right? Okay, and question 12 is a PSLE favorite. Every year something like this will appear. Okay, okay, angles I don't want to go through. Okay, question 14. Table below shows the prices of tickets for a concert. Adults that are below 60 years old, $16 per ticket. Adults that are 60 years and above, $11 per ticket. Children below 16 years old, $7 per ticket. The number of adults tickets sold was 5 times the number of children tickets sold. 5/8 of the adult tickets sold were for adults aged below 60. Okay, total of 5589 was collected from the sales of the ticket. Okay, what fraction of the tickets were for adults aged 60 and above? Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, now this is a very typical grouping concept. Okay, so you must know how to do a question like this. Okay, and this is one of the hardest concept to understand when in P5. Okay, now what does this mean, right? The number of adult tickets sold was 5 times the number of child tickets sold. So that means if I sell one children ticket, okay, I will sell 5 adult tickets. Cause it must be 5 times 1. Correct? But the second line says that 5/8 of the adult tickets sold were for adults aged below 60. Means what? When I sell 8 adult tickets, okay, 5 is for below 60, which means that 3 is for above 60. Okay, now but the thing is there's a contradicting information. Here say that I sell 5 adult ticket, I must sell 8. Okay, then here say I sell 8 adult ticket. There is no common number between them at the moment. Okay, so what do I need to do? Make sure that there's a common number between them. So 5 and 8, okay, you should think of the common number as 40. Correct? So that means I can upsize the number a little bit and I say, what if I sell 40 adult tickets? Then it will lead to me sell 8 child ticket. Okay, and when I sell 40 adult ticket, so this one times 8 this one I times 5. Okay, then the 40 adult tickets, when I sell 40 adult tickets, okay, 25 is for below 60. 15 is for above 60. Okay, now let's group them together. Okay, so means one group I must sell 8 children ticket or 25 below 60 and 15 that is above 60. This is how my one group is going to be. Okay, now how much money will I collect if I sell in such a manner? Okay, so 8 child ticket, this will be 8 times 7. This will be 25 times 16. This will be 15 times 11. If I add everything up, that will be 8 times 7, 25 times 16, 15 times 11. Okay, $621. So one group I will collect $621. Oh wait, I haven't answered part A, sorry. Okay, they ask what fraction of the tickets sold were for adults 60 years and above. Okay, so 60 years and above, we sell 15. Okay, out of 4, okay, wait. Oh, out of the tickets sold, right? So we will sell 48 tickets. So that means A, the answer is 15 out of 48. we can simplify 5 out of 16. Okay, anyways, continuing. What was the total number of tickets sold? We collected 5589. So 5589 is how many 6 to 1s? So 5589 divided by 6 to 1 is equals to 9. 9 groups. Okay, so one group is 48 tickets. So 9 times 48. 432 tickets in total. Okay. Right. 15. Okay. This is, okay, they say, okay, a lot of people say that this is the hardest PSLE question in 2021. All right. Okay, let's find out. Right. Helen and Ivan had the same total number of coins. Helen has a number of 50-cent coins and 64 20-cent coins. The total mass of a coin is 1.134 kg. Ivan has a number of 50-cent coins and 104 20-cent coins. Okay? Who has more money in coins? How much more? Right? So the key thing to understand is that they have the same number of coins. Okay? If Helen has 64 20-cent coins, the rest is 50 cent. Ivan has also a number of 50-cent coins and 104 20-cent coins. So we can see down here that Ivan has more 20-cent coins, right? Which will means that he will have lesser 50-cent coins, right? Then who will have more money? The one with more 50-cent coins. Okay? But who has more coins? Helena. How much more? Let's find out. Okay? So, firstly, they must have the same number of coins. So I draw one big, very, very big model like this. Okay? Now, I don't know how much is 64, but let's just say, this is 64. These 64 are all 20-cent coins, which means that Helena, all these are 50-cent coin. Ivan is 104 20-cent coins. 104. But this 104, right, we have to know that this is also 64. So that means this must be 40. Okay, 40 of the 20-cent coin. Now, in the idea of comparison, that means that here must also be 40. But these 40s are 50-cent coins. Okay, now then for Ivan, this part is 50-cent coins. Now, you'll understand that this 64 over here, this 64 20-cent coins is exactly the same. Now, means they carry the same weight, they carry the same value, they carry the same everything. Okay, same as this part down here. Okay, they are exactly the same. Same, we don't know the number, right? But they are the same number of 50-cent coins, so they carry the same weight, they carry the same value. Then what is the difference? Okay, the only difference between Helen and Ivan is in the part that is not highlighted. Okay, so who has more money? Helen. Why? Because you are taking 40 50-cent coins fight with 40 20-cent coin. So Helen has how much more? 1 50-cent versus 1 20-cent. That is 30 cent more. And then we have 40 of it. So times 40. Okay, so 30 cent times 40 is 1,200 cents, which is equals to $12. Okay, so that is the answer for part A only. Very easy, right? Okay. Does it deserve to be the hardest question? Your thing, huh? Okay, B. Each 50-cent coin is 2.7 gram heavier than each 20-cent coin. What is the total mass of Ivan's coin in kg? Again, Helen's and Ivan's difference are whether in value or whether in mass is only in the unshaded part. Okay, the 40-50 cent versus the 40-20 cent. If one 50-cent coin is 2.7 gram heavier, then 40-50 cent coins will be 40 times 2.7, which is 108 gram heavier. So Helen coins are 108 gram heavier. What is the total mass of Ivan's coin? So 1.134. Take note, this is kg. You need to minus away 0.108 kg. This is the 108 gram converted into kg. Okay, equals to 1.134 minus 0.108, 1.026 kg. That's all. Okay. Okay, two more questions and then we call it a day lah. Okay. Okay. A small circle with center O has been cut from a circular piece of cardboard with the same center. The radius of the small circle is 8 cm. So this is 8 cm. Alright. The remaining cardboard is then cut into 4 equal lengths along the dotted line, okay, as shown in figure 1. Okay. The 4 parts are rearranged to form a new shape in figure 2. Find the area of the new shape. Find the perimeter of the new shape. Okay. Looks very tough, but this question is almost a giveaway question. Why? You rearrange the area over here. This was supposed to be shaded, right? So I just shaded it. Okay, you cut this shape and rearrange into like this. Okay, did the area of the shape change or not? Okay, the answer is no lah. The area is still the same. What is the area of this shape? The area of this shape is the total shaded area minus the unshaded area, right? And that's all. Okay, but then we have a little bit of problem. What's the little bit of problem? Is that we know the radius here is 8, but we do not know what is the radius of the big circle. That was the problem. That is the problem. Okay, but let's find out, right? Is that since you know that this is the small part, correct? Of the small circle. So this is 8, this is 8, this is 8, this is 8. So 42 minus away 32 equals to 10. 10 divided by 2 equals to 5. So that means here is 5. 5. That's it. So that means the radius over here is 13. Okay, so find the area of the new shape. Take pi equals to 3.14. So big circle minus small circle equals to pi times 13 square minus pi times 8 square. So equals to 3. Just key calculator, times 13 minus 3.14 times 8 times 8. 329.7 cm squared. Okay, that's all. Find the perimeter of the new shape. All right, so let's trace the figure. Okay, now before anything, right, before you just jump in, come up with a plan of how to find the perimeter. Okay, so make a mark. This is what? Quarter of the big circle. Okay, then this is small circle. Quarter of small circle, quarter of small circle. Quarter of big circle, this is 5. This is quarter of small circle, quarter of big circle, quarter of big circle, quarter of small circle, and 5. Okay, so the perimeter of the new shape is made up of 4 small quarter, 4 big quarter. But 4 quarter is what? Is 1 whole, correct? So that is equals to 10. Okay, where's the 10? The 5 and the 5 here, right? Plus pi times diameter, which is 26, plus pi times diameter, which is 16. Okay, one step. 10 plus 3.14 times 26 plus 3.14 times 16. 141.88 cm. This cm or meter? Cm. Okay, that's all. Okay, last question. Okay, the figure shows tap A and B and an empty tank. At 2 p.m., tap A was turned on. Water flowed into the tank from tap A at a rate of 4.2 liters per minute. After 5 minutes, tap B was turned on. At 2:15 p.m., the tank was half filled with water. How many liters of water flowed out of tap B in 1 minute? At 2:30, what fraction of the tank was filled with water? Now notice, A here is adding water in. But B, we are remove water. Okay, so must take note of this. Okay, now we have the dimensions of the container, which means we can find the capacity of tank A. Sorry, not tank A. We can find the capacity of the tank. So capacity of tank. How much water can the tank hold? Length times breadth times height. That will be 55, 30, 20. Oh. Okay, 33000 centimeter cube. Okay, that is the capacity. Now, at 2 p.m., tap A was turned on. At 2:15 p.m., the tank was half filled with water. Tap A flows at a rate of 4.2 liters per minute. Okay, so we do a little bit of calculation first. If A contributed 4.2 liter per minute and it went on for 15 minutes, my tank should have 63 liters. Okay, but my capacity of tank is only 33 liter. Means what? Did the tank overflow? No. In fact, they tell me that the tank was half filled. Only half filled, right? Which means what? That tap B must be removing water faster than A. Okay, this is logic, right? This is logic. Okay, now at the end of 2:15, okay, my tank was only half filled, so 33 liter divided by 2. So that means there is only 16.5 liters of water that was in tank, that was in the tank, correct? I know that tap A put in 63, but I'm only left with 16.5, which means that how much water flow out? 63 minus 16.5. Okay, 46.5 liters of water flow out, but in how long? In 10 minutes, because only after 5 minutes tap B was turned on. So tap B only remove water for 10 minutes. So what is how many liters of water flow out in 1 minute? So 46.5 divided by 10. 4.65 liters per minute. Okay, 4.65 liters per minute. Okay, at 2:30 p.m., what fraction of the tank was filled with water? Okay, let's see. B. Okay, so at 2:15 it was half filled, am I right? Okay, so another 15 minutes went by, right? What will happen? Huh? The tab A will contribute 4.2, but tab B will remove, okay, 4.65. So that means the tank will be removing 0.45 liters every minute. Oh, can you understand this working? Right? So after 15 minutes, that will be another 6.75 liters will flow out of the tank. Okay, so what fraction was filled with water? Okay, my total capacity of the tank is 33 liter. Okay, at 215 I have 16.5 liters, but 6.75 liters is going to is going to leave the tank. So that will be 16.5 minus 6.75. Okay, so I left 9.75 out of 33. Okay, what's 33 divided by 9.75? Okay, cannot. What is this fraction? Wait, let me grab my calculator. Okay, so answer is 13 out of 44. Okay, that's all. Okay. Alright, okay, so we are done with the whole paper. Okay, I mean we skip a few questions here and there, huh? Okay. Alright, if there's nothing else, okay, we can call it a day already. Okay.